Time to play some Quake. We are just about to start a mixed 4-on-4 game here. Just waiting for Heno. Right, here we go. Straight into action. I rocket. We'd start. Weak LG there. Nice, that's dead. Enemy quad I have to split. I don't have the yellow yet, so I just have to run away. He's not hunting for it. Nope. Getting the mega. I knew the mega would be up because the SNG was up as well. LG guy. Now that I'm here. Oh, he's dead. No chance to survive. Where is that quad? There. And lane. Oh, that was bad. He died. Luckily he didn't shoot me. He had SNG, so I guess he didn't quite know which weapon to use. Okay, we got the rocket. So they still might have 30-second rocket because I didn't kill any, and the 1-minute rocket, so max 2 rockets for them. There's an LG there. He's weak at least. Also, I still have time to get to the quad, so now I don't have the health maybe to do it. And Gore is there, we got the quad, that's sweet. Edo is asking if he was shafting me, so he was the shaft guy. And there he is, brought me the shaft. This is nice, 73 cells. I wanted the SNG. They stole the red. Oh, red full of people. I wonder if that... No, the red guy didn't have a weapon, he would have killed me. So he went away to get one. Now I just have to be careful with the next one because there might be the guy with the red. Right? Can drop it back. Alright, that's rocket kill. One week in water? Too scary, they got the LG. Yeah, this was the water guy that I shafted who had the mega. Wonder if I can get this red before the quad spawns. Be nice. I have no idea what is waiting for me there. Right, at least one rocket. That's not a huge problem, I think. Yep, that's it. Get dead, back here. Right, we got the back. That's nice. Got the rocket as well. Alright, Tenno is somewhere. I wish my teammate had me visited. God damn, he's here. Yep, that's LG. LG red. But he's dead. I'll go for the ring. He's weak and I'm in a hurry to make it to quad. Maybe I can. Yeah, they got it. He's dead. Nice that we got the pen as well. Yellow dead. And weak LG. LG dead, and I got the cell. Nice, that's quad dead. That was actually quite important. Tenno was there with a bit of yellow, and did he have LG? So, had he been able to get away with the quad without much damage, it would have been dangerous for us. But now, not so bad. And I have time to take this red, and Golly I can take the next one. There. Knock knock. Ah! Smart guy. Still no mega. Someone must have it then. Don't go. Someone took the LJ. Don't want to get discharged. The game looks easy at the moment, but as soon as I die, I'm afraid that bad things would start happening. Oh. Ah, that was lame. It's good that we happen to be there together with Gore. Killed two of them. No, killed him together. Only one enemy, two of us. Nice sandwich. Yes, they didn't diss me. I'm so happy about it. Oh, that was close. Even had something. Oh yeah. Got him. Now he's dead though. I wonder what he had. There if it was a rocket or just a nade, but oh shit! That's bad. But I got a lucky spawn. Both LG and rocket. That's perfect. And even Mega. That was really, really lucky. I didn't deserve it. They really needed that break. But now I'm almost stacked enough to even go for this quad. It's just brutal. And he won't have time to make it to red. Really didn't deserve it. Nice discharge. Alright, it's spend time. Alright, he didn't have enough cells to kill me. Crap. This is bad. I don't want to leave a pack. I just had to die there. I didn't have cells. LG pack I could have left, but there's an LG back here, by the way. Nice. And Mega is there because I had the Mega, the previous one. So I didn't want to leave a rocket pack and I didn't have cells, so... No cells there. SNG, oh that is up, that's handy. Fill up the spawns. And cells are even up. Two guys are yellow. Crap. Get a bit of SNG. Now they have a lot of weapons around. Heno has LG, Nice and Lord Flame have rockets. And still 9 minutes to go. This is what I was afraid of. Because they have good players. Now Heno is dead though. And Lord Lave was dead as well, I just let LG back, but now he's dead. He didn't play very well there. This is Heno, yeah. No SNG. Nice. I was afraid, sorry, that he would discharge there, and that's why I was hiding. I of course could have helped Gore there, but... But then with a discharge he would have killed both of us. Try to get this red and then... I don't have the exact timing of LG because I wasn't paying enough attention, but... Oh, it's our quad! Sweet. I wonder if this was just taken. That rocket might be quite weak. Alright. Not a good situation at all. It might have been nice there with his rocket. Or maybe it was T actually. Yeah, because Heno and Lord Lem, they don't have rockets. Oh, scary. No hell. I won't go for this squad. He will be somewhere around here, but he got the Mega. This is not good. Will he come from the left? Hey, no, he went back, I think. Then he fall down now. Wondering if he will use the lift again. Yeah. Nice. Yep, that's 2 rockets dead. And we got the red. That's nice. They have 1 rocket with yellow, I think, there. And he should be pretty weak. Wonder if he will jump. That's 1 dead. That's 2 rockets dead, and they have... I wonder if that was already a rocket, or did they just get the back of Lord Lave there? Where the quad is. look like that either. I've been playing quite a bit of Quake Champions with a lot lower sensitivity, so this might seem a bit shaky, which is because it is shaky. I spent 6 late, but it doesn't matter anymore. Ah, it's timbering. Shit. I don't know why I'm taking this. I killed his rocket there. Wonder if he left the pack because he was going for it. I know that Lame plays without the weapon scripts in 2-on-2 at least. I hope he doesn't do it in 4-on-4. Because that is a very bad idea. In 2-on-2 it is not, but in 4-on-4 it certainly is. Yep. Just in time for this squad. Oh, that guy is weak. Ah, nice. Don't go. Okay, you can go. I was expecting Heno to come from down there instead of going through the teleporter. Nice. Back there. Oh, 2 rockets. Shit. Didn't expect that one at yellow. Alright, I'm going behind the yellow telly here. And this guy is weak. There's still one here, yep. Ah, he got it. I have to say that quite a ballsy move from him to stick around. I mean, sorry. A good move as well, but not everyone would stick around there, knowing that enemy rocket is coming. Unless he already had the previous yellow. Yeah, I thought so, that is Heno there. With red rocket now, he might even have the mega, which means that I'm in a bad spot here. Not anymore, but I still have to be careful with him. Crap, I needed that mega. No, I just need to get away. Right, Lame has quad rocket. Oh, he's dead. That's a relief. That was a very bad rocket burn. Luckily he didn't go for the yellow. Red tunnel lost. There's someone there. Will he jump? Yes, he will. And he's dead. Go! 2 packs. Nice. Venus spawned the rocket. Alright. I think they just got very unlucky. I got the first rocket spawn. I survived with the rocket, didn't die for a very long time. Then when I finally did die, I spawned the packs. And I got the mega health at Pent as well. So that was very unfair. And although they discharged, I had a shitload of cells. So basically I spawned with Mega, LG, and Rocket. So that's very demotivating for them. Kills your morale to fight. Hello everyone in the chat. Darth, Arctic Revras, Fire God, Hal, Mr. Quake, welcome. Quake Champions is coming. As soon as I get to install this one. It's, I don't know if you can see it, it's i7 8700K. I just don't have a motherboard or the memory for it yet. They hopefully will come this week. So maybe during the weekend some Quake Champion streaming. But at the moment, not with this computer. No way. What else? Yeah, and I have a new case as well. It's there on the floor. It's a, I don't know, I like it. It's one of those, what is the brand? I always forget. Something with fractal design, mini ATX case. Mini C is the model. Looks pretty nifty. A lot smaller than my old case as well. Easier to move around. And yeah, I got my GTX 1080, and I've been playing Quake Champions quite a bit. I just can't stream it. Playing one-on-one it's as good as Quake Champions gets, I guess. I mean, there is the stuttering, the FPS is fluctuating a bit, but it's playable. Free for all, sacrifice, they feel really bad. I hope they will fix it with yet another patch. This October patch that they just released was supposed to fix many things, but instead it fixed some things and broke others. So now game modes with more than 5-6 players are horrible for everyone, no matter what kind of computer you have. Well, the thing is, Mr. Quake, that I actually can play, and I have been playing. I played today, but just I can't stream it, and it is a mess. But still, I enjoy playing one-on-one there. It's reasonably fun. A lot more interesting than I thought that it would be. There are a lot of issues with the game, and it could be a lot better in my opinion, but I don't know, it's still something new, and there are, although not very many players compared to some really popular games like CSGO and PUBG, but compared to Quakeworld, there are a lot of players. So it's easier to find games there. You just go and play, not like in Quakeworld where you have to really arrange the games. And thank you for the subscription, Mr. Quake. I haven't had many. You might be the second one. So you're in a very special group. Thank you. I actually have most of the Quakeworld skins or Quake 1 skins for Quake Champions already. I'm not a big fan of the LG though, because of the effects. I like the fact that the view model is in the center, but just the bloom effect for the shaft itself, it's too disturbing. It's not so easy to see behind it. I think the default LG or the Quakecon LG, they are better. But I'm using the SNG and rocket launcher. They are better. And I don't have the NG, but I almost never use the weapon anyway. I think it's fair to say that I never use the weapon. I never use the starting NG. But the SNG I use a lot. Well, sorry, a lot of wrong Quake. Yes, no, it's not the wrong Quake. This is the real Quake. I just wish we had the players to play 4-on-4 all the time. I wouldn't go Quake champions at all. I think if we had, what do I think of Rail? Well, with some changes, Railgun would be nice. Now, even though it's not a very powerful weapon in Quake Champions, and it doesn't disturb me as much as it did in, let's say, Quake 3, and even in Quake Live, although it was not as powerful in Quake Live anymore, but still, it slowed down the game a lot. Now in Quake Champions, it's not as effective, I think, but still, I think it slows down the gameplay, and I just don't like how you have to play with Rail. How in many cases you can just hold a corner, hold a certain spot, wait for an enemy to be there, and then get. If you hit, it's kind of like 380 damage and or 90 even with the zoom, and your opponent can't do anything about it. He has to avoid the rail before you are shooting. If you give someone the chance to shoot the rail, then it's up to him if he will deal the damage or not. You can't really change it, and that is something that I don't like. Of course, you could say the same thing about Quakeworld's hitscan weapon shaft or SG, but the difference is that it's so easy to escape from LG, and SG is not so powerful, so it's never been a problem for me. Railgun is very powerful, insta hit, no matter how far you are. So those aspects I don't enjoy. And what do I think about PUBG? I don't know very much about the game. I've never played it. I've watched a couple of videos. I heard that the game runs even worse than Quake Champions, which sounds unbelievable to me because Quake Champions is horrible when it comes to FPS and stuttering and frame times and netcode. Everything is just a total mess at the moment. But the gameplay in PUBG, not very interesting in my opinion. Apparently others disagree because it seems to be the most popular game there is at the moment. So what can I say? Others like it. I have never liked the popular games so much. I'm a Quaker and that's it, I think. No changing that. What do I think about power-ups dropping? I think in free-for-all, in deathmatch, as they call it, it's totally fine. It kind of gives you the incentive to go after the power-up, but I don't like it in sacrifice, and I haven't played much TDM, but I think I wouldn't like it there either. But in sacrifice, it's kind of the opposite of deathmatch because there it takes away the incentive to kill the quad, because even if you manage to or the protection, because even if you manage to kill it, it's quite likely that you will be so hurt after the fight that some other enemy will kill you back and just take the power up again. So you can't really kill a power up like you can in other Quakes. So I don't really like power ups dropping in team based modes because it's such a great feeling in Quakeworld when you manage to take that quad down and you know that you have achieved something. In Quake Champions, when you kill the quad, you haven't necessarily achieved anything. You might have just wasted away, like, I don't know, a couple of frags to and a lot of weapons to kill that quad, and then the enemy will get it anyway. So I'm not a big fan of it, and I know that many others don't like it as well. So, well, that's my opinion. Yeah, I think they changed, mentioned something about the LG Bloom already like months ago, but nothing is happening. So, yes, I'm not going to quit playing the game, but I have to say that I don't have any hopes for any patches or any promises they have given us. Because this October patch was supposed to be like, I don't know, the mother of all patches. And what it did was just fixing something, sure. Some things are better, but it also introduced a whole lot of other problems. So I'm not very optimistic. And I have to say that I wasn't very optimistic in the first place about this October patch or about the whole game. So I'll take what we get and I will be happy if they can fix the game, but I'm not very optimistic. I will play what they give us and that's it. Hmm. Yeah, I did watch Quake on Quake Champions quite a bit. Mm, I have to say that I hadn't played so much when they were playing the QuakeCon games, so I wasn't able to maybe understand the game so well yet, especially Sacrifice. But to me, it seemed like Colossus' aim was just a notch above everyone else, and he just realized that okay, I will take LG, which is still the most powerful weapon in the game by far, and he just ran over everyone. When he got the better stack, he knew that he would win the fights. So he just got the better stack, made sure that he had it with Sorlag, for example, and then he just took the LG fight in a place where his opponent couldn't spam him down with rockets, which would have been hard anyway because of the horrible and inconsistent splash damage and even direct hits. And then he just took the fights and he knew that he would win, and he did. So I think his game was very simple because that's the way he can play because of his incredible LG aim and because of the because of the way LG is in that game, so powerful, and not only powerful because of the damage, but and the consistent hitting compared to Rocket, for example, but also powerful because especially before this October patch, you had so many cells, 150 cells after picking it up, that you basically didn't have to do any kind of ammo management. You could just pick up the LG and you were ready to take down fully stacked Sorlag, even with like mediocre LG aim, and with Claus's aim, you could have done it with half the cells pretty much. So I hope they will still uh, change the ammo balance, starting ammo, and maybe the amount of ammo you get when you pick up weapons after you have already taken one. So that ammo management will play some kind of role in the game. But I can't blame Klaus. I mean, everyone was playing by the same rules. They just suited him really well. And it's not like there were no other good aimers. There was Tox in the finals, for example, whose LG and Rail are supposed to be world class, and I'm sure they are. But still, Klaus was able to make this quite simple strategy work in his favor, and he won. Well played. And it's interesting to hear, Paul, that you're playing. How do you spell pronounce your name? Is it Hall or Hal or HAL? Sorry, I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting to hear that you're playing Quake Champions with such a high sensitivity. I found it quite difficult to, I don't know, track with LG. Somehow my LG with this Quakeworld sensitivity is too twitchy, because I don't know, I'm just used to aiming with my with strafes the way you do in Quakeworld, and that really doesn't work in Quake Champions at all. Pretty much you have to use mouse a lot more there, and then when I started using mouse a lot more, I started missing my LG quite a lot more than I liked. So I lowered my sensitivity, not by a huge amount, but still I did lower it. Still looking for players. We have 6 so far. Yeah, I remember, and I have seen Tox use rail at very close ranges, and even if you hit 100% rail, you are going to be no match for enemies with LG. Their DPS is just so much higher that you are going to get destroyed, unless your opponent has a very weak character or champion that will die with 2 rails or even 1. Then it can make sense, but way too risky. All right, one more player. Let's see the stats from the previous round. It was quite a good round for our team. Okay, Moo wasn't kidding. He said that he's horrible in 4 and 4, and he gave less than 4,000 damage. That is not very well. And he died more than he fragged, -8. Not super good. Golia was actually not too bad. He killed 7 rockets, dropped 5. That is a lot of dropped rockets, but well, he killed 7 at least. And Moo dropped 6, killed 2, transferred 1. The transfer, by the way, means when you drop a rocket, but either you yourself or your teammate gets it, then it's a transfer pack, so that doesn't really count. So basically he dropped dropped 5, killed 2, still not very good. Gore, he was playing really well, plus 39, killed 8, dropped 2, took 1 quad, 1 pent. That's good. Solid, plus 39. I was plus 92, killed 13, dropped that 1 pack where I got discharged, but I was lucky and I got the pack myself. Dealt a bit less than 14k damage. Alright, well, it was a good round for me, 106 frags. Always nice to get over 100. Come on, join Quake. Let's see the other servers. Getting 1 or 2 players shouldn't be this difficult. At this time especially. Alright. Ask Vega or Tial. Maybe they will come. Yes, Quake 1. The best Quake there is. The only real Quake. Although I do play Quake Champions as well, but this is what I know how to do. Quake Champions is just, I don't know, playing it for fun. Not very good at it, but I'll try streaming, maybe someone enjoys watching. But I can't really analyze the game like I do with Quakeworld, unfortunately. Alright. Good to have you back then, Mike Wood. How many years since you were 12? I started when I was 11, about to turn 12. It's funny that I didn't play Quakeworld for, I don't know, for two weeks maybe, 2.5 weeks. And then I came back, played some 2-on-2. And it felt really horrible with this higher sensitivity, but also it was funny how Blood Run, ZTND M3 in Quakeworld looked so strange after having played Quake Champions with FOV 115 and with the different looking Blood Run there. So the Quakeworld Blood Run felt so strange. It was an interesting experience. Yeah, Mr. Quake, those were the good days. Although there were many good days after those years as well, but yeah, it would be great to have the Flaming Fist and old Slackers players around still. And why not Clan 9 as well? And Z when we are talking about really old players. And Finnish Allied Quakers. And Milton comes from a book. That's all I'm going to say. It's been a secret for many, many years, and very few people know where it comes from. But it's a book. No, not an erotic book. Not that kind of book. Come on. Oh, we have 8 players. Let's play. The problem is that at the moment we have quite solid, let's say, Division 2 players here. And then there's me, who is perhaps a bit better than the rest. So I don't know. Will be difficult to make teams. Well, Gore is so good that I can probably play with him. Maybe we can make teams. Hopefully. I wouldn't say that these are plebs, as you put it, but I may be a bit better. A bit more experience in 4 and 4. But still, it is 4 and 4, not 1 on 1, so I know that if they get things under control, it will be really hard to break it. And that's what makes it interesting. Right? Yeah, there are many players that I like to watch. So many, but when I was playing in SSC, Satanic Slaughter Clan, which was basically a Division 2 clan, although we played in Division 1 or 2 seasons as well, but then I was very much enjoying Hib, who played for mostly Slackers, but for TVS as well. Then I remember watching the TVS players, especially Ihminen, but that was a lot earlier. And also these 2 Finnish players, Chin and Janne or Jarrex, who were playing with me in No Skill. They were really good. And I played with them a lot of DM4 1-on-1. And in DM4 they were teaching me how to play. Yeah, Hib was crazy good. it's unbelievable what he was able to do in Slackers. Alright, we got a game. But I watched other players as well. There are just so many, but yeah, my countrymen, I've always rooted for them and for Finland, so I enjoyed them and their game a lot. That's brutal. We got the quad at least. Let's see if SNG is up. No, this guy has it. He has the mega as well. Have to be careful. Alright, he's dead. And a lot of nails. I might get the... No, I won't, probably. Okay, we got it. Have to survive. No chance. Henry's weak. Or... No, if he had the pen, he's not actually weak. He had the mega. Had I been able to hit those SSGs before he got the yellow, then maybe he would have been weak, but not this way. Nice T, sweet. And that was Henu dead as well. But Henu spawned the rocket. So they have at least one rocket now. That's LG there. That's dead. Yeah, 60 cells. Holy shit, now I need LG. I desperately need LG. So risky to push for it, but... Okay, no, now I'm not pushing. Not against this SNG guy. Nice. Taking this. The problem now is that I basically have to wait. Oh! Will he come? No, fuck it. Fuck. Ah, he got the mega even. Now I don't know if you read the messages, but Bunny was giving a message that killed me at Pent. He had 50 health and LG, and I had those 70 cells, so I wanted to go for the LG that he was going to give me, and then he actually got the mega, so he didn't want to leave it anymore. But luckily the LG was so late that I was able to make it in time. Alright. Dead there now at 99 cells. That's one rocket dead. I will take this red and go for yellow window. They have one rocket at yellow at least. Let's hope he will come through. No, he's going the other way. But I will go... Okay, that's one rocket dead. Oh shit! Yes, okay. 2 rockets dead and 1 dead. And LJ dead. That was tough. Would have been nice to get the quad, but 3 weapons killed in like 10-15 seconds. That's what we have to live with. They have 4 guys at rocket, 1 LG. I will go yellow now. That's LG dead, and I will take the cells because there was no pack anymore. We have 1 guy in tunnel. And he's dead. Might have been LG because he had a lot of cells. Right. Bunny will go to quad, that I know. He always goes to quad. Oh, we have 3 guys at quad. Maybe I will get it with my 88 cells. And hope I won't get spammed to death. 1 dead. He might have been LG, he had cells. And missed that rocket, that's bad. Ah, but he came back. I wonder... Yes, that was LG. I think it was LG. I'm taking the risk, I'm going And no discharge now, please. Yep. Here. And we will get the rocket. That's sweet. And I have SNG, so I can be in the water. Although 3 guys is maybe a bit too many. And I killed my teammate who had a rocket. Why were you peeking? Alright, I did the mega. Oh, I did the pen as well. Holy shit! No! Oh, how did he get the rocket there alive? I mean, we had 3 guys with weapons at the previous squad. And I just killed 3 guys in water. And they still had a very stacked guy at pen. That was interesting. I forgot the pen. I have to admit that. Although I wasn't too late for it. But I still did forget it. That's so... I don't know, demotivating. Losing your rocket to... Nice! That's a rocket dead, and I got a pack. That's perfect. Oh shit, there's another. Yes, nice, 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 nice. Big guy here. One dead. There's a weak rocket guy now at yellow. I just wish I had something to kill him with. Yeah, Storm should be weak, unless he had the yellow already when he went. Oh, he's there. Wrong guy. Yes, and he bored. I knew that he was weak, or I guessed. Too bad Heno was there. But now I at least know that he has LG, and he's dead. Nice. And I got the LG. Which helped me. 3 guys in water again. And Gore's rocket. But now they should have... There was Gore. Their only rocket. Hopefully. Yes, we got the quad. That's nice. It was about 15. Now I maybe could go for the next one. Or... bells. No LG. Don't want to stick around in the water. Ah, he didn't have the LG. Too bad. I wasted cells to kill an armored enemy. Yes, but only with GL, so... Well, he won't get the next one. Oh, that's Hen with rocket now. I will take it. We got the quad. I will go yellow then. Come on. Come here. Come on. Nope. I wonder where he went with the rocket. I'm quite sure he didn't have an armor yet, so... Well, now he could be already anywhere, basically, but... Might have gone for Bent Mega. Someone at least, LG and what? That's dead. Ah, there he is. Yeah, red is lost. I wonder sure if he has cells. No. But cells are up here. One and yellow. What to do now? Die there, I think. Because Bent is coming up and this red. So I will just try to steal the Bent with SG then. Nope. Absolutely not. LG 10 late. There's one guy coming there, so I didn't. And of course he has LG. What else do you have? Crap. Alright. I think we both might have had Mega and no armor. Alright. LG 10. Am I late? Nope. And these cells are not coming anytime soon, so I will take this first. Bad idea. Because this guy has either yellow or Mega or both. Yeah, he had Mega. I think the same Mega that Nice had earlier with his LG. Ah, yes! That was a difficult spot to be in. One SG would have killed me. I heard that there's one guy at Bent, and I knew that the Mega was going to spawn anytime soon, and another guy comes to water. Oh. Bunny will take this Mega, or will he? No. Back. Go for it. Alright, finally I'm getting an armor with a weapon. Was there someone in tunnel? Did I hear correct? Yes. Yes, there was. Yes, it was Henu and I got a pack. That's beautiful. I heard him picking up the nails, I think. Or... Wow, those were nice rockets. Nails or the shells, I'm not sure which. I think it was the nails. There's one rocket still at SMG. I think it might be Gore. There? Nope. You got the Mega? Yeah, he's there. I don't want to take the fight because okay, he's dead. Bunny killed him, that's good. Two guys at SMG. I hope. There's still the one guy. He didn't get the Mega yet. No, he didn't stay for it. Would have been a sweet frag there. Come on. 141 only. One guy there. I don't want to let him know that I'm here. There's not with the quad, so I can get an easy frag. That was scary. I had no idea if they had LG there or not. But the score luckily looks better now. It was a bit difficult there for a while. We were leading only by like 20 frags. And Bunny is playing really well. Oh shit. Oh, and I missed the rocket. That was horrible. He doesn't have the cells anymore. He would have continued shooting had he had the cells. So I knew that I could just go for it. Go for the kill. Right? Gore just killed T with rocket. But I don't know where. I can take it. 45 health. That is Henus LG there. And that's horrible. Oh, ring. That is special. Ring at, was it 21? Waiting for the red, and then I have a lot of cells, and what is about to come, so I will take it. 44. I wonder if he had LG. No. Now I'm here. They have rocket guy. Rocket up, I think. Go for it. Yeah. Alright, I will have just enough time, I think, with this red to get to quad. Although it's pushing it a bit, because if there is someone already at quad waiting, then it can be difficult to rush in when you are in a hurry. And I don't have a lot of health. Right. That's one rocket dead. That's two rockets dead. No, I'm weak though. And I got the LG, now I will go back to pen, because I have the previous mega. I know that it will spawn. I won't have a high stack to get to quad though. Not very optimal. And I'm afraid that red won't be there in time. Although it actually could be. But no. Yeah, it is. I should have rocket jumped up, then I could have made it. Nice! That was a beautiful quad rocket. That's LG dead. Ah, two guys. That one guy that was there, I could have easily handled, but the other guy who spawned rocket and then started hitting me on the top of my head was too much. I was actually going to shoot a rocket there at Henu, but I didn't have time. His reflexes were better. So he's older than I am. I should be ashamed of myself. Steal these cells. And go for the LG. Nails. It's always good to try to shorten the distance between you and the opponent in water when you have LG. 3 enemies. No LG then, although I had everything I needed for it, but 3 is just way too much. Can't kill them all. Rocket would be up next. Yep. There's someone here. Yep. One extra frag. Alright. That's it, 234 to 123. It's getting stupidly hot here again. Yeah, let's see the statistics. I hope that. Let me check my mumble. Alright, the fan is not blowing on the microphone, so that's good. That's good. So, my teammates, Bonnie, Golia, and Mr. T. Bonnie was playing really well. In the end, he slowed down a bit. He was trailing me by like, I don't know, 2 frags when I had 50 and he had 48. After that, he slowed down a bit, and ended up at 55. But still 79.7% efficiency, killed 7 rockets, dropped only 2. A nice team damage of 666. That is a great bonus. Well done. So very well played there. He wasn't bad either. A lot of frags, a lot worse efficiency than Bunny had, and no 666 team damage. He dropped 6, but 3 of them were transferred, so not very bad. Golia, he dropped only 1, and that was transferred, so even though he was at -12, it's not too bad, and only 24 team damage, so that's really good. And I killed 11, dropped 1, but that got transferred. That's really good. 35% LG, 11,000 damage, plus 60. I guess it was okay. It could have been better. Somehow, Henu was being a pain in the ass. Had to be a bit careful. Henu -9, which is really good compared to all his teammates who were about at -40. And Henu also dealt a lot of damage to enemy weapons, 3,500, almost 3,600, whereas his second best teammate, Nice, dealt 2,600. So Henu dealt almost 1,000 damage more to enemy weapons. Let's see, Henu killed 11 rockets, just as many as I did. He dropped 5, but that is quite common when you're in the losing team. And there you should note Henu's crazy SG, once again 54.3%. That is really, I could say, world-class SG. Nowadays we don't have very many players in Quakeworld, but throughout the history of Quakeworld, that would have been absolutely one of the best SGs. For example, I got 48.6, which is the second best. And I very rarely get over 50. I don't know how he does it so consistently. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. You say that Sweden is better than Finland in many things. For example, in ice hockey, unfortunately, I guess Sweden is better than Finland, but in Quakeworld, no, I don't agree with you. Sweden has had very many good players. I've played with many of them, even in same clans. I
I always have good banter with Swedish players, and I think they don't like me very much because of it. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I still think that all in all, Finland's scene hasn't been as wide, can you say so, as the Swedish scene, meaning that we haven't had as many high skilled players, but the best players that we have had have been better than the best Swedish players, I think. And in addition to that, we have won the national competitions quite a few times with the Finnish national team. I think the best Swedish clan would have been, well, of course, Flaming Fist. That was a great clan, but it's, and Clan 9, of course. Those were very good clans and the best clans around at that time. So there's a point there, and in the early days of Quake, Sweden won the legendary Finland versus Sweden show game as well, where Finnish allied Quakers players played against many of the Clan 9 members and some other baby players from Swedish Chefs SC. So Finland lost that one, but then during the later years of Quakeworld, like after Slackers basically formed their infamous team of Paradox with the three Finns, Goliath, Gamer, and Hib. I think after that, Finland has had the better players, because at that time the best Swedish clan would have been LA, Lege Artis, and they didn't really win all that many tournaments. They won a couple, at least one bigger tournament and maybe another Q8 slan. But other than that, they were mostly losing against Slackers and sometimes CMF, that was a Finnish clan, and then TBS, the clan that I played for. We dominated the scene for quite some time and had really good games against Slackers when they had a very different lineup with Paradox still, but none of the Finns were left. But still, we had good games. But yeah, I don't know if you can absolutely say that Finland has been better overall. I think the absolute best players have been Finnish or clans, but then in the early days of Quake, Sweden was better. So go figure. Yeah, Vana was playing for Slackers in the very early days of Slackers. He was a great player as well, especially a great 4-on-4 player. Not much of a one-on-one player, but then again, I don't care about one-on-one either, so I have huge respect for Vana. Yeah, that's what it is. Great banter. But we have had this thing with, I guess, many sports, but especially ice hockey, of course. And there I mean, Finland has been able to beat Sweden a couple of times, but we have lost so many more. But still, the banter is good. The games between Sweden and Finland are always exceptionally good. So always fun to watch, and always great to play against Swedish players in Quake as well. They are great players, and in TBS we had Xantum, one of the absolute best 4-on-4 players in the game ever, who is a Swede. So I have nothing against Sweden. Really, just good banter. Yeah, well, okay, raising a Finnish flag in Sweden, that is a good joke, but burning Swedish flags, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense to me. That is just bad taste in my opinion. But then again, sports fans, I guess we have seen worse things in football. I mean, not to defend anyone who burns nation's flag for something like ice hockey. Yeah, I guess there are people who I don't know how you can hate, especially how you can hate a nation for being better at a sport. I don't know, just learn to play better if someone is better than you. You don't have to hate them for it. Hate yourself if you can't play well enough. Or if your country can't play well enough. I mean, banter and jokes, they're all good, but then when turns into hate, doesn't make any sense. There are more important things in life and in the world than some ice hockey games or Quake games. Um, all right, have fun with the football. Good chat. In Quakeworld, it feels absolutely hard to get any better. Mostly, I think I'm not too old yet. I think I could get better still, but I would need a lot of good opponents. I would need just motivation to play this game a lot more than I do at the moment. I've been playing Quake Champions now quite a bit, and there I get better because it's a completely new game for me. So there it is easy to get better. In Quakeworld, it takes a lot of work to even stay where I'm at. Because I used to play a shitload of Quakeworld. I used to be in such a good shape, in such good form, being able to hit absolutely insane shots all the time, left and right. So now to get back into that kind of shape, it's very difficult. And yeah, so many people have been asking about Quake Champions, and like I showed you already, it's coming. There it is, the new baby. Intel i7 8700K, that's what I need. But I don't have the motherboard or the memory or the cooler yet. Hopefully this weekend. It depends on the game. You are asking when I try to get good at a new game. If I really try to get good at a new game, then I definitely concentrate on some things. You can get better by just playing, but if you really, really want to get good at something and try to do it as fast as you can, then you definitely have to, or at least should, really make kind of plan, or at least try to develop things that you know that you are not so good at. So just playing it's not enough, really. At least I, of course, if you play a lot more than everyone else, or if you are just exceptionally talented, more talented than the other players, then sure, playing might be enough. But that's not the optimal way to do it. You have to play a lot as well, because it helps you to learn how other people play, how they move, what they do in certain kind of situations, how they fight, things like that. But there are also many things that you just don't have the time or the opportunities to learn while you're playing. such as movement, such as, I don't know, learning, let's say, spawns, learning different kinds of tricks, angles for shooting, stuff like that. You just have to put in the oftentimes very boring practice hours. Just go and jump alone on the server and figure out those things. Grab a friend, check out those spawns, just practice certain kind of situations and so on. I haven't been very active with it in Quake Champions. I've done some of it, but not like I have done in Quakeworld. In Quakeworld, I have been grinding the trick maps, for example, hours. I have been jumping alone in DM3, DM2, even M2, other 4-on-4 maps, 1-on-1 maps. DM6, I remember just jumping around in DM6, forwards, backwards, sideways, just hours and hours. I don't even want to know how many hours I have spent on servers just alone, just learning how to move. It takes a sick amount of practice, and so no, just playing is not enough. Not at least for me. Not if you want to get really, really good at the game. Well, how I can talk while jumping around. I don't know if you say perfectly. I'm sure I made many mistakes. I don't even pay attention to it because, well, this is it. Hours and hours. I don't know, hundreds of hours of DM3 pre-war. So this is what I've been doing for 20 years, over 20 years now. So that's how it goes. That's how I'm able to talk. I kind of glazed over there when I was just talking. I don't really concentrate on the movement anymore. This is just such a routine. Yeah, I don't know if I'm such a hard worker anymore, but I was. I have at least been a very hard worker. I haven't taken any shortcuts, or I haven't tried to take any shortcuts, just grinding the game. But grinding sounds very bad because I've loved the game and I still do. It just feels so good, especially 4-on-4. It's such an amazing game mode. Right. Niv is asking me to play Quake Champions with them. We have been playing some Sacrifice with some Quakeworld players. It's been fun, but just the game mode feels so bad due to the stuttering and FPS problems that I can't really enjoy it as much as I would if it just ran better. But it's still not a very interesting game mode, and especially it's horrible for spectators. So, no, I don't know what to say about Sacrifice. It's a lot more fun to play it than to watch, but even playing it feels quite, I don't know, quite simple. There are the tosses for the soul, and I'm by any means I'm not very good at the game mode, but still I can already tell that it's not a very deep game mode compared to, for example, Quakeworld TDM. It's very aim heavy. sacrificed at it, and Quake champions in general. Alright, I will wait for 3 more minutes. If we are not getting players in 3 minutes, then I will stop the stream and stream more when we get players again, or when I get the new computer and I can finally stream Quake Champions, which is not as good as Quakeworld, but it's still it's a good game in its own way. I enjoy it a lot more than Quake Live, for example. I can appreciate Quake Live, and I know that it takes a lot of skill and it's a great one-on-one game, but most of all, it's not fun for me. I enjoy watching it, but it's just not fun to play. So that's why I never really played Quake Live. I played it for a couple of months and that's it. And the same thing with Quake 3. I played it a bit as well, but just it wasn't fun. Although capture the flag in Quake Live, that is fun. That is not like one-on-one there. Maybe with the new processor I can make my bitrate higher as well for better quality stream. But yeah, in Quake Champions it's been fun to play some old Quakeworld players. I played against a player from Portugal, Nightmare. Then I played a Finnish player, Hell. Not the one that is playing for Maestro, I guess, but another Hell. Then I played against Locust and Loktar. And Heno, of course. And of course it's nice to play against the Quake 3, Quake Live, Quake 4 players like Tox and Boo and Cooler, Agent, Heels, and so it's nice to be able to play a new game against them, so I don't have to go to Quake Live and get absolutely totally destroyed. Although I did get destroyed against those guys in the Quake Champions as well, but at least it felt like I could do something. And well, I don't know, it's a lot more enjoyable there because at least some aspects of the game are new to them as well. Although it still is very much like Quake Live. They even have DM6 and Blood Run that are basically copies of the Quake Live, Quake 3 maps. Rockets are basically the same. LG is very similar. There's Railgun. All these things are straight or almost straight from Quake Live or Quake 3. So it is difficult to play against them, but they have practiced as well. And maybe with some more practice I can give them some kind of challenge. We'll see. But as long as I'm having fun, it's good. I just wish there was a better team-based mode there as well. And I wish the game ran better than it does, because at the moment, 1-on-1 is the game mode that I play because I enjoy it, but also I play it out of necessity because FPS there is just so much better than in any other game mode. Harvey saying that there are 9 people playing Q1 DM17, which is a Quake 3 conversion of DM17 of Quake 3 and the free-for-all. It was a horrible map to begin with, and the Quakeworld version is even worse. So that is quite hilarious that there are 9 players playing that one and we can't get 8 players to our mixed game. Let's see, I lied. I said 3 minutes, it's been 6. We have 7 players, so 2 minutes more. I'm not sure about the name. I think it might be the longest yard, yeah. I hated the space maps in Quake 3 already, and then they brought them to Quakeworld, which is a bad idea. Although we don't have railgun in Quakeworld, so in a way it makes it better. But still, jump pads, I hate them in any Quake. Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense without railgun, but then again, in a way, it does because I don't know if it does. Luckily, rockets are at least a lot faster in Quakeworld than they are in Quake 3, so you can still hit things, and it's I don't know. I'm not going to defend the map because it is horrible in Quakeworld. Griffin and Niklas from Sweden are playing some 2-on-2. I don't know if you're familiar with Griffin, but he's a very, very legendary Swedish Quakeworld player. Mostly 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 player. Played some 4-on-4 as well. But one of the best Swedish 1-on-1 players. Yeah, this is the real Griffin. He has been playing some 1-on-1s with Niklas lately. Niklas is his teammate from GTG, Griffin's Tapra Gossar. They used to play 4-on-4 together. Alright. Ho Notorious joined. Alright, I might get to play with my friend Heno here. If he realizes that he should team up. And then we will have a game in our hands. And now Splash joins. Holy shit, where were you 2 minutes ago? Alright. I think we are ready to go. Now we just need everyone to ready up. This is only step 1, getting 8 players on the server. Then step 2, creating the teams. Then step 3, making sure that everyone is at their computers. Step 4, make them ready up somehow. It's not easy to play Quake. I will go to voice with Heno. I hope he doesn't mind speaking English. Moro.
Moi.
Jaksatko vääntää enkkua?
Pakko kai se on.
No niin, loistavaa.
No ei ainakaan niin tuskasta kuin se Leimingas pelaaminen. Sillä ei tullut skinit kunnossa, tuli vähän naamaa.
Oh well, that's horrible. That's just not horrible, but that is useless.
Yeah.
I hate to play like that. Really, it's like, it's even worse than 3-on-4 because you can't even shoot back because he's your teammate. So
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
yeah, that's just totally useless.
Oh, we are playing.
Yep, let's go. Amazing teammates, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
My bad.
My ring? I'm not sure if we got the quad. My
Okay.
teammate might have taken. Yes, it's our quad. Our quad, my ring. Red 32.
I took LT.
Was it so late?
Yeah, 50.
Alright, yeah.
The rocket is at yellow, he got it. He's weak at quad.
Fell down. He's going red. Killed the rocket! Haha, yes. I'm at red. Red up.
Weak at yellow, no yellow.
Alright, I'm taking this red then. I got the red.
I'm coming.
Two,
Tunnel.
yeah, two guys here.
I took the cells. I'll take some health and I'll come to quad then.
I can't make it to rocket or quad. One at quad, really weak.
My quad, 4 left.
They got the rocket.
Yeah?
We got hybrids. Yeah, nice, dead. LG lost. They got it. Don't go. He's weak at low bridge. Enemy LG.
Not sure that was him.
Waiting for rocket. Got it.
I killed 2
Rocket is
bosses
4
low.
late.
My red. I'm dying.
Yep. I'm coming red low. I'm dying. Didn't leave a pack.
I'm weak. I can't get the quad.
Yeah, me neither. 2 enemies in water. I'm going quad.
There's no one. I'm going red.
You just shoot a rocket at my quad 4 lane.
Very nice. I shot 1 rocket to quad, yeah.
Yeah. And you just took the red, right?
Yeah.
And 1 killed mid. Mega is at around 40, maybe a bit earlier.
Red is up between you.
No, I'm in water. I died in water.
Come get red.
Yeah, coming.
Okay, nice. I try to get the cells.
Red is 6 lane.
Okay. When was quad?
4.
Okay, got the cells, coming to quad.
Killed their yellow, I think.
1 rocket at the quad.
I can't
I
make
have
it.
to leave.
We got the rocket. Enemy quad 9 lane.
Okay.
We have rocket in water. LG 20. Quad at yellow. Maybe at window now. I'm coming red low.
1 at distance.
Is it weak?
No. He will get the mega. I got rocket.
Right, I'm at red. Fully stacked, but no rocket. The mega guy is super weak. He's at red now with LG, no cells.
I got LT.
No, he's not here.
Rocket soon.
Yeah, I took the cells. He's not getting them. One rocket and blood. We just took the rocket. They're in water. Do you have the rocket?
No. I have
you have-
LT.
Okay.
I get the rocket too.
LC 24. I'm at pen.
Weak rocket. Dead. My rocket is late.
How weak?
I did hit like 6 cells or something. Rocket at red high.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
They
pen.
got the red.
Yeah, I need help.
I can't get there. Maybe I can. I got LG, I'm coming.
Alright.
I'm weak.
Yes!
Nice. My ring.
I killed one rocket.
Enemy quad.
Yeah. I killed the rocket. Any idea where the quad is?
Rocket is dead. No. I'm waiting LG.
Can't see the quad.
I got the LG.
Yeah. Alright, almost discharged. Yeah. Alright, I'm not going red then.
Quad is yellow high.
Alright, looks empty.
Weak.
Nice!
You take. I'm
Alright,
weak.
yeah. Got it.
I go get some help.
I'll go to quad then.
Ah.
Did you die?
Yeah. Enemy LG. Keep going.
Alright, killed their LT. I'm weak at quad, I don't have anything. Alright, my mega.
Red seems empty. Yeah. Hey, it's up. You need.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, that was scary.
Nice. I'll
That
get
was
the
a-
next red.
Mega up soon. Killed the LG at mid. I got the mega.
My red.
Nice. I'm going yellow.
I'm waiting cells.
One rocket at window.
Don't know squad.
One rocket window still.
One on yellow high. Window empty.
Kill. He must be at vent then, or water. My quad.
Nice on the yellow. Rocket killed. Rocket is 20. 22, I think.
Was it Nib's rocket you killed?
I'm not sure. I killed the who took it.
No. He's
I'm
still
on-
somewhere.
Oh, yellow.
Red. Dave is still somewhere.
He's
I'm
at
at
SMG.
quad. Alright.
Killed LG.
Yeah. Rocket under lifts. I think red up.
We got the rocket.
Red up.
Rocket at the yellow.
Red up.
Yeah, I'm coming. rocket. Please we get
Back.
nice. That is one leg.
One in left. Teammate. You take the SMG.
Okay, so. Ready now.
Yeah, I'm taking red. I see even left it.
Rocket yellow high.
No, you take the quad.
I'm weak. I've got.
Kill the rocket here, they got yellow.
I'll get the next red and
One at quad, mid now. Did you kill it?
I killed 2 guys red.
Right. Then they have a rocket in border maybe.
Okay, I need to red now. I red 15.
I think still might be in border, I'm not sure. I'm at pen.
Okay, I'm on the lifts.
I'm at
One at
lefts
here.
now.
They
Can
have
you go
some-
window? It's bent.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at window now.
Kill the rocket here.
Rocket here, here.
Yeah, my
I'll
bad.
get it. Okay, nice. I'll go ring.
Get the quad.
I will. I got the ring. Then I got
Kill the rocket at yellow.
one going red. My
Yeah,
quad
yellow
16.
save.
Teammates. Rocket.
Coming from bend.
Rocket killed. Rocket is too late.
How's red? Any idea?
No idea. I'm at yellow.
Safe to assume that it's enemy then. No, it's team. Red.
LG killed.
Nade
My
killed
yellow.
window. That's a weak rocket there.
What I'm doing? Any quad. Yes, I get it back.
Waiting for mid mega.
What a day.
No, Fade. Oh, I left the back at mid. He got the mega as well.
Still there.
Yeah. He's going low bridge now.
Rocket at yellow.
Low bridge. Weak
Should be
now.
weak at yellow.
Yeah, they're both weak now.
2 guys there now. LG and color. LG is 25.
2 rocket guys at quad, one at ring now.
2 right front. What?
Yeah. But I'm going for weapons then. One in border. Really weak in border.
Killed him. I'm weak at water. LG is now.
Waiting for rocket.
My LG. Rocket and water. Back.
They got the rocket. Really weak. And L. Crap. Weak quad. Nice. I got the back.
Yes.
That wasn't nice. Waiting for rocket.
The
Got
rocket,
LG.
no, pretty weak.
Go to rocket if you can. Rocket up now.
I'm coming from window.
I left LG back.
I got LG back from water.
Enemy quad 17. Quad is
I'm going
strong.
again.
Quad is
Not
really
LG.
strong.
Okay.
I killed their LG.
Enemy quad heal. Quad SG.
Yeah, I killed the rocket.
One hydrates.
Killed.
Nice. My rocket.
No way, they killed two of us there. Left an LG back, but not many cells.
LG 16. What
I'm
now?
making yellow.
What 19, 20?
I'll just wait with yellow.
Yeah. What at mid?
Quad yellow high.
Have a rocket in water. Weak. Weak rocket in water and LG up. Killed the rocket. Got the LG.
Second.
What would be now? Bent.
Big rocket squad.
Yeah, my
Big
bent.
rocket.
My bent.
Enemy rocket.
Enemy ring. I'll try to make it to quad.
I'm waiting yellow.
Ring dead. My quad.
High yellow. Rocket yellow.
I killed one of their guys. I think it was a weapon.
Rocket yellow box.
Alright, coming there.
What for window? Nice.
Yeah, killed.
Yeah, nice.
He went SNG. Come and take red if you can.
Coming.
And now I need it. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Got it. Two at mid, no weapons.
LJ12. Enemy rocket hybrids.
Alright, I'm going there with quad. Go
Yellow.
red.
He's yellow.
Yeah. Killed the rocket.
Nice. Try to get the next LG.
Yellow up.
Then might water.
Yeah, I can hold it for you.
Yeah, LG should be soon.
Yeah, come with it to yellow then.
High LG.
Yellow.
Then going.
Our rocket took it. He didn't have anything.
Staying. I'll take 10 mega.
Yeah, I'll wait for the next rocket. Don't have cells anymore.
Enemy red.
I got the rocket and late. Going for.
Enemy LG dead.
Yeah, nice discharge.
He didn't even realize he got me.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I stole the quad.
I got the packs. At least I have LG again. And it's enemy red. Just taken.
Yeah, I just
I'm
took the
afraid.
cells. Sorry. Yeah, you take. I'll try to go LG. Killed their LG.
My red. 11. I got the tails.
Weak in water. What is 19 or 20?
Yeah. My sense.
One rocket at yellow.
One weak rocket.
Yeah, and I got a pack.
Still one rocket squad.
I'm weak at red.
Enemy got LG. It's going yellow.
Red is at 49. I'm at SNJ.
Enemy rocket. Well, he's going yellow.
I'm at yellow.
He has killed the rocket.
Boring.
I got the LG, 57.
I'm at red. There's still Rock with the weapon somewhere. Killed behind you. One killed mid. I took the back.
Still getting raging.
I need red. Nice, that was a rocket guy. Alright. That was actually a good game.
Yeah, I played pretty badly, but it didn't really matter.
Yeah, I didn't play super well either. I guess that's what made it a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, 40%
At least we
LG.
got the bent.
Yeah, that last bend actually was quite crucial. Like bends usually are. But anyway, it really didn't look good for us. And then I got the pent and killed one of their rockets and got the next quad and killed one more rocket with it. So that was actually good. Let's see. I really have to go.
Good games.
Yeah, good games. See the stats before I leave. This Notorious actually was playing pretty good. I mean, he only got 29 frags, but
Well, he just when he got the weapon, he just went to rocket
Red.
and hold it. Tried
but
to
he
hold the
sat
rocket.
he sat at red as well, so that was good at least. He didn't only go to rocket, luckily. You killed 4 and dropped 0. That's good. And of course you got better SG than I did. 49.8 versus mine 49.5.
Felt horrible.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I killed 14, dropped 2. Plus 57. And our teammates didn't do all that bad either. We dropped in total only 4 packs. That is really well played. Brock was playing well, plus 15. Killed 8, dropped 3, out of which 1 was transferred. And he dealt 2,800, almost 2,900 damage to enemy weapons. That's really good. He was being effective. If you compare to Niv, for example, whom I thought that would be their best player, he only dealt 1,800 and killed 2, dropped 1. A lot worse than Rock. T was actually kind of better than Niv. Killed 1 more rocket and dropped 1, which was transferred and dealt the same amount of damage, but also died a lot more, so give or take. And Paniagoi about the same. Alright. I guess that's it for streaming for tonight then. It was fun after a long break. We'll come back either with Quakeworld
or with Quake Champions. We'll see with one of the games. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will add, now that I have at least 2 subscribers, I will add some emoticons and those fancy Twitch alerts, so I will actually see people who are following and subscribing, so you will get all the fame. All right, guess that's it. I made a video that I promised about keyboard comparison, where I compare this 2 membrane keyboards that I have and 1 mechanical keyboard that I have, the Logitech G413. But I didn't upload it yet, but I will upload it. So if you are interested, it's not a very long video, but anyway, and it will come with kind of instructions how to make the same test in Quakeworld yourself if you are interested. The results are interesting, at least in my opinion. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you around next time. Bye bye.